there's a lot of women in our community. There's a lot of people that are deep feelers and empaths and people that want to make a difference, people that want to leave the world better than when they were here,
Mm,
and people that feel incredibly lost, like they can't continue to feel so much and they can't continue to outsource their intuition and all of the things. So I would love to hear about the inspiration behind it. What led you to this place where you wanted to support people
mm,
in being loving and making change in a world that feels like it's impossible?
mm. I'm really into the concept, the practice of being the antidote. And I think it's really what, like, people in the space can identify with, like, I'm a light worker, I'm a spiritual warrior. And it's like, what does that really mean?
Yes.
And my experience is it usually means being the opposite of what's going on. It's like if things are stagnant, then you got to like bring the fire. If things are chaotic, you have to be the calm, organizing principle. And I feel like I've been through enough chapters, trials, tribulations that I'm in a great place in my life. I'm calm within myself. And isn't it interesting? Now the world's falling apart. Like I finally get it together. And like we're
Mm.
in major upheaval. And that's got to be divine. It's got to be purposeful. And then, I'm thinking more about um, purpose and feelings. I'd love to talk to you all about feelings and what feelings really are. Kind of really just really pull back the curtain on that one. And realizing that, like, for over a decade, the driving question of my life was, how do I want to feel? And I still love that question, and it's a useful question. Your feelings tell you left or right, up or down, sign it or walk away. It's purposeful. It's not the end goal. Feeling great is not the final destination. Being love is the final destination, and that is not predicated on how you feel. So I realized, like, hey, I'm not having a great day. I'm in a rough patch. And some of those rough patches, as I'm sure you can attest, you feel closer to the divine than ever. Your relationships are deeper, sweeter, more intimate than ever. And I was like, but hey, I'm not feeling my core desire. I'm not feeling those things I've been working so hard to feel, but I feel deep joy. I feel intimacy. I feel God. Maybe this is not about how I want to feel. New question. What do I want to be? What do I want to embody? And the answer, obviously, for me is love. Translation, I want to be conscious. I want to be awake. Don't want to bring all my layers. I don't want to bring them to this conversation. Um, so new question. What do I want to embody?
Mm.
Yeah.
When you said the initial question of how do I want to feel, do you feel as though, because I'm kind of feeling into that question where it almost feels like a skip ahead and not feeling what you're feeling right now?
Mm.
What
Mm,
eh, what has been your experience of
mm, mm,
an evolution with feeling what you're feeling right now? Because I think for a lot of us, sometimes it's quote so much, and we think so much is so bad, and we think so much is
mm.
going to last forever, or we think it's going to break us to the point of not being able to rebuild. So, can we talk about
Mhm,
feelings and feeling the feelings and really what they are?
mhm. Feel the feelings. Don't over identify with the feelings. So, the metaphor throughout how to be loving, and the metaphor really throughout Buddhism, is that you are as vast as the sky. And it's a really useful metaphor because, like, most of us can even just like, we can wrap our imaginations around that. Like, I'm this big. My actual organizing principle, like the real stuff of me, is as vast as the sky. Like, wow. Okay. So, just like imagine that for a minute. That's your real heart center. Clouds, weather, feelings, happy, sad, angry, rejected, deflated, enraged, passionate, weather. You're not the you're not the weather. You're not the storm cloud. You're something bigger. You're the consciousness, like having that experience. So
Mm.
the sky doesn't say, don't be a cloud. Don't feel angry. Don't feel rejected. Don't be passionate about this. It says, I have space for all of this. But what happens when we get in those feelings and all those feelings, right,
Mm.
is like, it's like this tidal wave. I am this. I am happiness. My life is set. We cling on to the happiness. I am sadness. My life sucks. Neither of those is actually accurate. You are the mother of those feelings. Witness them. Isn't that amazing? You're really feeling a lot of doubt. Huh. But you know what? I, as the one who's having the awareness, the mother of these
Mm.
feelings, I'm vast. I'm unlimited. I'm huge. I'm eternal. I'm connected to everything. So you can feel that. And I'm not going to have any judgment about that. Are we on to the next thing? Now, are we angry now? Are we joyful now? Joy is actually a virtue, not a feeling. But don't over identify. When you identify, this is why. When you identify as a feeling, you cling to the feeling
Mm.
because you want your identity, you want your personality to be reinforced. So then you're just like, I am this. And guess you're not that. And if you identify as a feeling or a title or a wife or a girlfriend or a baller or an influencer, whatever it is,
I'll
we're
take
all who.
baller, baby. You said it, honey. You read
But
my
what
mind. You're
happens on
looking at my face and you're like, baller.
oh, and what happens on the days you're not a baller? Then you're a loser.
Yep, it's
Mm.
true.
And then you're up and down. You're up and down instead of like,
I am.
actually, I am made of love. I am the stuff of love. So what's love do? Love. I love the feeling of being a baller. I love the feeling of I have room to feel like I'm a loser. I am spacious. That's expansion. That's consciousness expanding. Yeah.
Do you
If we identify as our feelings, we're just
We're done
it's a
for.
merry-go-round. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much for tuning in to Morning Microdose by Almost 30.
We hope you enjoyed waking up.
As always, we encourage you to take what resonates and leave the rest. If you enjoyed this trip, tune into the full episode on the Almost 30 podcast. All episode information can be found in the show notes.
Make sure to subscribe, and if this becomes a part of your morning routine, be sure to share it with a friend. We have new inspiring doses Monday through Friday. Follow us on Instagram at Morning Microdose, and follow Almost 30 at Almost 30 Podcast.
Thanks for listening. We'll see you in the vortex.